Hey, we are live, guys.
Yo, what's up? What's
Hello,
going on?
everyone. Welcome to episode 29 of Horror Metal Cast. I'm Stevie, and young Joseph is here with me this evening.
I'm getting younger by the day. What's up, everybody? What's up, people? How we doing tonight? Stevie, how are you tonight?
Awesome. I am doing fabulous. Fabulous,
Excellent,
as usual.
excellent, excellent.
How about you, Joe?
I'm just kicking butt and taking something names or something along.
Hey,
All
I don't
right,
know.
yeah, I'm nursing this. I got a turbo shot, so I'm doing all right. I'm
Turbo
actually doing
shot, very
I'm,
good.
I'm doing fucking great.
So last week we experienced several snafus, and I just
Right.
wanted to tell everybody thank you for those of you who stuck around through the whole show. It was freaking ridiculous.
Troopers,
Joe
you got
just, yeah, Joe's internet just kept going out. And so, I
to.
mean, shit happens, guys, but thank
Yeah.
you so much for being awesome and understanding. And hello to everyone in the chat. Hello to our live viewers. We have an awesome show for you tonight. Tonight, we're going to talk about some new awesome trailers that have dropped in video games and movies. We're going to talk about the metal band Sanctuary, and we are going to talk about an awesome movie that just came out on Netflix called I Am Mother.
Yeah.
And I also have a surprise topic for
God
Joe.
Damn it! I'm fucking
And I'm
dying.
not telling him what it is until it's time to
Guys,
talk about it.
it's been like she told me today. She didn't tell me anything about this thing until today, and all she said is like a surprise topic, and I'm like, all right, and I'm waiting, and she's like, nothing, and
Nope.
that's it, and she
Nope.
won't give me nothing. So for 7 hours, I've been sitting here going, "What the fuck is this thing?" And now I'm going to find out tonight.
Look,
On the show.
you're gonna like it. You're gonna like it.
I'm
The only thing I do ask of all our peeps in the chat, participate,
yeah.
shout out some questions, anything that you want. I've got my eyes on the chat. And in addition to that, please do let me know if my camera has remained on me and you're not getting Joseph for some reason. And I will try to resolve it, because that was last week, was just
Stevie.
me sitting here making faces at the camera like an asshole.
Stevie, I'm going to let you in a little secret. They probably would rather have you on the screen than me anyway.
Oh my God. No.
Come on.
No.
You know, it's all right. I'd be like, yeah, he's in there. You're good. Don't worry about it.
Shut up.
I'm kidding.
So
Got my glasses on now.
let's kick off the show. So we're going to talk about I Am Mother first.
Yes.
And so I'll just go ahead and ask Joe, what did you think of it? Hate it or love it?
Fucking awesome. Loved it. I absolutely adored it. I thought it was fucking amazing. And it really was a shocker because it was a Netflix original. I thought this thing was going to be, fluff and puff and, Kleenex style, and you know what I mean? And
it's true, because Netflix doesn't necessarily have a great track record when it comes to their original films. But this one, in my opinion, I feel like it really set the bar for what they might have on the way, because they tend to lean toward the apocalyptic and sci-fi for their original content, like whatever they buy up to release as a Netflix original. Extinction, Cargo, Cloverfield Paradox, Tau, the list goes on. So I was really pleased with this sci-fi horror flick. I thought it was really great.
What they did was they took a very well-known storyline, end of the world, apocalyptic atmosphere, and they put the last remaining human embryos in this. I don't want to be a spoiler for
that's the setup for the movie. It's in the trailer as well.
Right, it's in the trailers. You could see that part. But what they did is they paired machine and human to make this work. Without getting graphic on the details, they make this pairing work so well that you would. This thing had. It was reminiscent of Alien, the movie Alien with Ripley and Mother, when Mother was, running the ship.
Yeah, I can get that.
It was very. I likened it back to that. It was along those lines for me, but that the interface was so very tight. I mean, they bonded. The bond between them throughout the show, throughout the movie, becomes so strong. I mean, it's probably that strong the entire time. You don't see it, obviously, because you're walking into a frame and seeing what's going on, and then down the line, you start to really see just how strong this bond is. And the things that happen are amazing. I absolutely loved it, Steve. I thought it was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah. I thought that for a cast in a film, for a film to be a story to be carried by 3 characters was fantastic. The acting was wonderful. I thought that the plot developed nicely. I was afraid that it was going to be too much of a slow burn, and I was pleasantly surprised that it was not. It kind of got into things rather quickly, which I was pleased with that as well. And I really liked the message that the film overall delivered. I mean, it's not a secret that I am a fan of thought-provoking horror or sci-fi. Movies that deliver a strong message while also entertaining and not forgetting that, hey, this is a sci-fi movie, or hey, this is a horror movie. Let's not forget that, but also let's get the point across neatly and concisely. I thought that this film did that very well because, horror and sci-fi, they tend to reflect current culture and political climates, right? So in this movie, in my opinion, it showed that humanity is a piece of shit. We're destroying ourselves. And even the technology that we have created knows we fucking suck. And that was just like the message. You know what I mean?
So, it was.
I mean, that's, and if that message is lost on anyone listening right now, watch the movie and you'll understand what I'm saying, because I don't want to dive too much more into that theme because it will give too much away. And I feel like, with a movie like this, aside from obviously the Terminator series, we have Black Mirror, for example, or something like the Twilight Zone, small anthology series that show us that robots and technology, they've always been seen as threatening over the years. It's
the Matrix.
This is just, I mean, this is just another really refreshing, great example, in my opinion, of how what we can create can come back to bite us in the ass.
Right. Such a twist. Well put. It was the set that they had to use was only changed once, pretty much. There's only two, maybe 3 different areas of scenery in the movie. Characters, like she said, like Stevie said, there's only 3 characters in the whole movie. Not one of them has a formal name. And I thought it was, it doesn't hit you right away because you just know them as mother and daughter, right? Because that's in the trailer. That's not. I'm not giving anything away, but you don't see the twists that come with this, and the pace is I think it's well placed as a build goes in my eyes, because it was not slow enough where, like you said, it was a slow burn, and it wasn't over the top fast like you missed shit. You felt everything as it built. You felt the steps ramping up as it went, and the places you thought it would go, and the twists that it took, and surprise, turns that it took were amazing. I don't. Somebody asked me last week about spoilers on our show. Oh God, don't give away parts of God because they saw Godzilla. You guys aren't doing spoilers, are you? And I'm like, no, we don't do spoilers here. Just
I would say the only time that we do spoilers is if it's okay. Look, if the fucking movie came out in 1987,
right? Yeah, that's
if you if you haven't seen it, okay. If you haven't, it's 2019. If you haven't seen The Sixth Sense.
Right, crawl back under the rock,
Dude,
shut the door, and
I feel like fair game. Like at this point, like if I was to start talking about Endgame, dude, it's how many months?
Right.
you know how many weeks and days and months has it been that if you haven't already been spoiled by the internet and social media, what come on.
Well,
Go see the damn movie. Like
the Geek Squad was on that in less than a month. I mean, it was under a month.
I
the
mean,
entire movie was dissected, on YouTube.
That's like, not to go too far off topic, but no, on this show, we're not going to spoil something. And if I'm about to spoil something or Joe's about to,
right,
we will say, hey,
turn
this
your
can
shit off.
be a
Spoiler
mild
alert,
spoiler,
right.
or this is going to be a major spoiler. Like
Right,
I even do that in my reviews when I'm writing reviews. If I feel it's necessary to get a point across, I will put in bold letters, there's going to be spoilers. So stop reading.
So don't listen. Right. Don't read it. Now you're entering at your own risk. But I believed the movie was going to go one way and it went somewhere else. And the capacity that the machine had to imbibe human instincts was amazing.
Dude, and she looked cool as shit too.
Yeah.
That was really badass droid, man. I really liked her.
No, they show that in the trailer, so we're not gonna say anything that's gonna be too off topic, other than off topic from the trailer. They show her running, and when she's mother, in the beginning with the embryos and everything, she's very delicate. The machine is very slow moving, very graceful.
Oh yeah, and when she interacts with her daughter, she's very precise and careful and calm, collected, and when she has to be like a mother, she does get stern. But with her daughter, she's never menacing, in my opinion.
No. When an emergency arises, she becomes full on droid, and that's when it becomes slightly alarming. Like, you realize, holy shit, this girl is in an environment with the machine, and that machine is her mother. And it's it's cerebral. It's a very cerebral movie, but it's also a great action movie. So
that was like, what's the Danger Will Robinson?
Lost in Space.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. It was like escaping me. So Lost in Space, the remake of that was on Netflix. I saw series 1, and that robot was, when he interacts with young Will, he's very gentle and kind. And then when he goes into like berserker mode, he's fucking terrifying.
No, you don't fuck with robot. Yeah, no, you don't fuck with robot. Even in the old ones, when those
you don't fuck with robots, man.
His slinky arms would come out and he would just wreck shit, man. He had pincers on the end of them, and he would just wreck shit. He was
guys, I recently turned Joe on to Black Mirror, tried to get him to start watching Black Mirror, and that reminds me, there's an episode of Black Mirror that I think Joe would really like, called Metalhead. And it's not Metalhead like in the way that you think it would be, but it involves robot dogs.
Okay.
And
I'll definitely check it.
It's fucked up. But
we touched on that. We did touch on that. And I did watch. I started, all right, I'll scratch the surface, barely. I watched the first episode, which is an hour and 10 minutes long. And I found it to be thought-provoking, incredibly thought-provoking.
Oh, absolutely. I don't think there's a single Black Mirror episode that is not thought-provoking, contrary to what critics would say, because I feel like people too often come to expect one particular thing from an anthology series, instead of keeping an open mind to other concepts.
And letting it be what it is.
Yeah.
And, you can't walk into this thing with a preformed notion. If you do, it'll be lost. The message of this will be lost on you, and you won't understand what's going on.
Yeah.
You really just got to let it flow and in front of you and understand it.
Also, Bree's chastising you. She wants to know, how have you not seen Black Mirror?
I'm sorry. I got. But Stevie and I were talking about fans, right? She's got all the fans. Bree's my buddy. Bree is on my side.
What? I don't have fans.
Bree is on my side. Bree, we got to stand tall. So I promise I will watch all the episodes of that show now, and we'll stand on that side of the fence like this.
There you go. And look, you're both going to hate me for this, but I'd like to. You said you and Bree were going to stand tall, but I'd like to know how.
That's a height joke.
Oh,
I see a
but the-
height joke. Yeah, it's the Napoleon thing, you know.
Yeah, and if for anybody that doesn't know, Joe and Bree are both under 5'4" or something like that. Or
You know, I walked into a bar one night and they started putting Velcro on me, and I started realizing at that point, you know, that maybe I'm a little smaller than the rest of the world. I'm joking. It's a joke. Hopefully people can take jokes out here because it's
oh
funny.
God, I feel like if they're watching this show, then look, I mean, everything's a joke on this motherfucker. So I don't know what to tell you.
You know, Brie, I'll tell you what. Honestly, there was so much other great watch. There's another movie I watched just following I Am Mother last night. It's about the three kids.
Rim of the World.
Rim of the World.
Oh, we can't.
No,
we can't go into it. We'll go into it on another episode.
It is sci-fi and slightly horror, so we can touch on that.
Oh no, yeah. But
and
I haven't written my review on that one yet.
All right.
So
no, all right, no, we'll let that fester.
Speaking of reviews, and before we move on to our next topic, you can check out my full review of I Am Mother on the blog. It's someonereadthis.com/blog, or just someonereadthis.com, and then click the little button that says blog, and you can check it out. And I'll put the link in the chat as well for everybody, or not the link, but the URL.
Let me get closer enough to the camera to say this. You better get up and watch and read that review, because if you don't, I said it on Facebook, and I'll say it again here. I will find you, and I will shave your eyebrows inappropriately. Okay, so you better get up and fucking find that review and read it, because if you don't, I'll paint mustaches on you when you're sleeping.
There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, I've spoken my piece.
Also, Adrian would just like to let everybody know that he's 6 foot tall. And I'm 5'8", so I said, "Yeah, Adrian, we can stand tall together."
Defector, Adrian, defector! You defected from my camp. Now I'm hurt. Now I'm bummed. We get butt hurt on this show, right? Yeah, that'll happen.
Whatever.
Adrian actually knows me from doing some other things. Like I did a little guest appearances on Bobby's show over there at Metal Bully and the Roach. And Adrian knows we don't do butt hurt. We don't get butt hurt, so we're good. And Adrian is always welcome on this show. He was one of the first, first people that actually stood up and said something in the chat room and hung out with us.
We have our OGs, and then we picked up some people along the way. So we're always happy and thankful for anybody watching. So always.
We want the family to grow.
Moving on though, because I'm being time Nazi tonight.
Look, a squirrel!
No. So E3 kicked off yesterday, and we saw an awesome trailer for the new Blair Witch video game coming out.
God.
If you haven't seen it yet, take your ass to YouTube. Well, after our show, of course, and look up the Blair Witch video game. It's coming out August 30th of this year. And it looks amazing. The graphic design team really just fucking nailed it with this one. So basically it's a horror survival game coming out end of summer, and it picks up in the Black Hills of Maryland 2 years after the events of the found footage film.
And
which
awesome. The trailer is fucking awesome.
That movie, I was still very young when Blair Witch came out. That movie scared the living shit out of me, because at that time I didn't really understand the concept of found footage yet. You know what I mean? That was a very fairly new thing to the horror genre, and I legit remember being like, "This is real? Are you fucking kidding me? This is real." And it was just so funny. And I look back on it now, and it's still, in my opinion, no matter if it's a good movie or a bad movie or does it hold up or whatever, did it age well? I still think it was very groundbreaking though, because between that and Paranormal Activity, they really launched found footage into the spotlight of mainstream horror.
Oh yeah. No, there's no question. The first Blair Witch, I watched that at night at like 11:30 or 12 in the dark, and I was traumatized for like 3 weeks, man. It just freaked me the fuck out. It's just creepy as fuck. It really is. Okay, probably because I have I have a video camera like that. I still got them in the closet. They don't, obviously people don't use video cameras anymore. We use, you know, our phones, and I have a GoPro 7 or 9 or 1,000, whatever the fuck it is, and we have fun with that now. But we don't use video cameras anymore. But you know, you walk into a building that's abandoned for X amount, and you have a video camera sitting on a table, and you push that button, and you see all this traumatic, really nasty, scary shit go on exactly where you're fucking standing. You know, you realize at that point that you are now probably going to die. You know, it's pretty scary shit. So,
Yeah.
you know, I loved it. I really did. And the video trailer, Stevie turned me on to that today, and I watched the other day and I watched it today, and it is just probably the CGI is so realistic that you are not even going to realize that you're watching animation characters. It
Yeah,
looks so
I mean,
fucking real.
it's come. Video games now are just
Oh,
phenomenal. Like
oh,
another, not to go too much off topic, but another trailer that we saw yesterday, watching the E3 conference, was that Keanu Reeves is actually going to be in Cyberpunk 2077,
awesome.
and
Sure.
he looked like, it's like, oh, that's
It's Keanu
fucking
Reeves.
Keanu
Yeah.
Reeves. Like,
Yeah. There's no
fucking doubt about it. Like,
you
it
know
just
what?
looks phenomenal. These
I
games are fucking phenomenal looking, and I love it.
don't
And that's
I don't mean to cut you off, but this absolutely just came in from those CGI artists that you're talking about. This is an artist rendering from those CGI artists of our height difference, and here it is from them. I don't know if you can see this. There it is. There you go. That's the difference in height between me and Stevie. And we'd like to thank those at the CGI lab for rendering that for us. I appreciate them and applaud you very much.
such an asshole.
There you have it, folks. Nothing but quality CGI here on Metal Horror Cast. And you can get a copy of that autographed if you'd like from Stevie and I. If you
Oh, fuck.
if you'd
You
like.
know what? I would like you to take a picture of that with your phone and then post it online later this evening, so that this will be set in history forever.
We're going to create a web page. We're going to create a Facebook page for the show, and I'm going to absolutely do that. And I am absolutely going to put this. This
Oh
is going to
my
be our
God.
cover art. That's our
Oh
cover
my
art.
God.
This is our cover art, ladies and gentlemen. So that's about right. And if you really wanted to get technical, I mean, you know, you could put and like, okay, that's one there, and then
He's really getting into this.
I'm very artistic. You know what I mean? You have that going on. You know, a spike there with that and that there, and then this. Okay, that would be our fans, Adrian and Bree there on the end there. You guys with us? This is suitable for framing.
I think. Hey, is Smoked Roses Mickey, right?
Yes, Mickey is in the
Mickey would like to know, is that our new logo?
Yes, Mickey, it is. So I'm gonna write that here. I can actually put the new logo above that. There. Let's see.
Okay, so while Joe is drawing, I am just gonna quickly. Oh wait, there he goes. What you got?
Horror Metal Cast. See, you can't even read it because that's avant-garde. It's almost like a French thing. You know, you don't want to be able to read it.
I really can't.
Kind of like a death metal thing, if you will. You know, and there you go. So let's have it for those.
Thank you, Joe.
Thank you.
That's so amazing. Really quick, just to wrap up Blair Witch, just in case anybody else curious. So the game picks up 2 years later. It's September 1996. You're going to be playing as a police officer searching in the Black Hills for a missing child. And it's going to be the exact same area in series lore that 2 years before the people from the movie disappeared. And again, that comes out August 30th. I'm fucking stoked on this game to play it. Like, I cannot wait. I'm super stoked on it.
You know what, Stevie? As a matter of fact, I don't know if there's going to be a multiplayer or an online version of that for online gaming together. If there is, you and I are definitely going to.
Oh, fuck yeah. And then I'm going to hear you scream like a little bitch.
That's my little big
You
scream.
have a more feminine scream than I do. Like
I do. If I want, I mean, I could, or I could definitely growl it, or if you really get technical and you see spider,
Yep.
that's
Spider.
a bitch scream, like a bitch scream, and
Yep.
there's a spider in the house.
Oh
You'll
my
know,
God.
right? Because it'll sound like it's an opera, in the living room, and then that would be me screaming.
Okay, so before I look, I know you want to get to your surprise topic,
Dying,
but
dying.
I want to cover one more trailer that
Okay.
came out today, and I was super, super excited about. And that trailer would be the third film in the House of a Thousand Corpses trilogy, and that is Three from
Yes.
Hell from
Yes.
Rob Zombie. So House of a Thousand Corpses came out in 2003. Devil's
Right.
Rejects came out in 2004.
Both
So
creepy as fuck.
people have been patiently waiting on this film, and it is finally going to come out sometime late in the fall. I don't have an exact date yet. I was looking for it and I couldn't find anything solid or concrete. I have to say that I am a huge fucking fan of both House of a Thousand Corpses and Devil's Rejects. Rob Zombie, aside from his work on the Halloween films, and we've discussed that before, but these movies I feel like reinvented and made relevant again the psycho family genre. You had it just brought, I feel like it took Texas Chainsaw and rebirthed it as something entirely new and beautiful, and it's
on
just
steroids.
God damn, and it's just so violent and bloody and disgusting, and I fucking love the series, and I'm so stoked. The trailer doesn't really give us much new, except it does show us Captain Spaulding, Baby, and Otis. They're looking awesome and crazy as ever, and I just really am hoping that this movie is going to be better than the last Rob Zombie movie I watched, which was 31. And
I'm sure this is going to be the one.
I was so disappointed with 31. I did not like it at all.
31 was different. It wasn't the same flavor. It was just something was not in place.
It was boring. It was first too damn long. Second, it lost sight of what it was, and it was very repetitive.
Yeah.
And I don't know. It just overall 31 was it was a forgettable film.
Agreed. I agree with that. And I think that Three from Hell is definitely going to be the one that's going to bring it back and make that a dominant triad, horror triad.
I hope that it is a solid threequel.
Yeah.
Three from Hell. Get it? I don't know. That's corny.
I just called it a triad, so
that was really corny. Sorry.
The triathlon of hell, and no, it's actually a trilogy, but it's not. I don't think he means it to be. I think each frame is separate. It just happens to be the third movie. To me, it's a trilogy. To you, it's a trilogy, right? It's a trilogy, pretty much everything, because there's three.
It is.
Right.
I'm just excited. Like Adrian brought up a good point. Or no, I'm sorry. Jesus, Sean is here.
Oh, Sean, hi. What's up? What's going on, brother?
I thought that was Adrian talking.
Awesome.
Sean said he thought they all died in Devil's Rejects. Yes, I actually was also under that impression. So I am very curious to see
hopefully, right,
what they're going to do with that, and how they
go back. Yeah, I want to hopefully they're going to go backwards and give you like a brief touch on how they escaped that death, and that would be cool.
Okay, so that's really all I just wanted to say. The three, if you're stoked on it like I am, Three from Hell trailer, teaser trailer is out. Go check it out, and you'll get some cool studies. You got to speak though to get the thing on you, and him and his goddamn art. I can't. You know what? We might just skip over Joseph's surprise topic and
Don't. I'll have artwork all night then. You'll have more
Okay.
space for artwork. You
So, if anybody would like to skip over Joe's topic so that
want
he doesn't ever.
No! Right. Don't. If you skip over my topic, I'm drawing more shit. All right. So you got two choices.
Okay.
Give me a
Okay.
surprise or deal with the fallout, people.
All right. All right. So, if you're ready for it.
I'm ready. Here we go. Wait, let me put my glasses on. I'm ready.
Okay.
I'm ready.
The Conjuring 3 has started
Yes!
filming.
Yeah! Yeah, baby. Yeah.
I knew he was going to be so excited for it.
Yeah.
The Conjuring 3 has started filming. Now, we're still not slated for a release as far as I've read until 2020.
Right.
But good things come to those who wait. And I figured we could talk a little bit about what The Conjuring 3 is going to be about.
Yes.
Joe wants to.
Whoop, 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 whoop. Finally.
That's like one of Joe's like hot items. If you mention Sasquatch or The Conjuring,
Squatch, right now you're talking. I mean, if Ed Lorraine Warren sat down at my table with Sasquatch, I'd be like, I would just like be ready to jump off a cliff after that.
Well, yeah,
I had everything I wanted in life.
I mean, you should be ready to jump off a cliff if dead people and an imaginary beast.
He's out there. He's out there. Trust me, he's out there. Squatch, people, watch. He's out there. I'm telling you.
Oh God!
All right. So you want background on? Do you want artwork? I can do artwork as we go.
No, do you? Okay, here.
Okay,
so I thought you wanted to talk what the Conjuring 3 was going to be about.
I do. I was going to have artists, our team of artists, do renderings of Ed and Lorraine Warren, but I won't do that. What I will do is give you a little case history on this. They say
Brookfield demon murder case.
Right now, and the Amityville Horror. Now, people don't know this, or a lot of people don't know this. Ed and Lorraine Warren were real people. They were demonologists. Okay, they were legit people. They were a lot. I won't draw any pictures to show you, but they were real. And what they did is demonology. They went down, tracked down, hunted demons, and exorcised them and got them out through the Catholic Church and through other places that took care of those particular things, and they were real. Then
Sean said literally everyone knows that.
Okay, good, thank you. Well, you know what? I'm stating the redundant. Maybe I'm hair redundant. It might be the turbo shot.
Hey, some people might not though. Some people might not know
that. No, right? Yeah, and people that don't travel in those circles. You'd be amazed how many people, Sean, don't know that.
Oh, yeah.
But they are demonologists, and Ed started a museum. And in that museum, they kept artifacts from, the cases that they started. And those artifacts were, in fact, from what they said, possessed, some of them. And that's how Annabelle came to be. Annabelle was a doll that was possessed. Now, in The Conjuring 1 and 2, the demon Malik that they pursue, that pursues them, is not a real demon. But in my best estimation, what we're seeing is the likeness of something that they had to deal with in person. Now, I've actually heard some of the footage on their pages. I've read most of their works, literature-wise, in books, and there were many. And they are very, very learned and very scholarly people. They are not idiots. They were real, real demonologists. And
So you said that you don't know if it was a real demon.
No. Let me correct. I'm sorry. Let me correct that. The demon that they are portraying in the movie is not a real name of an actual demon.
Oh, okay.
Right.
I thought you were saying that he wasn't really possessed or something.
So
you believe that all this possession stuff, you believe it really happened?
Oh, absolutely. I completely believe it. Like the Lutz family in Long Island, the Amityville Horror.
Right.
I believe very much that was a possession, and there was something in the basement that made this happen, and there were other forces at work. And Lorraine Warren believed it, and they.
Oh yeah, this morning I watched a quick YouTube video from some show that they were a guest star on about the Brookfield demon murder case, and Arnie Johnson.
Yes.
So if people don't know this, now Amityville is pretty widely known in my opinion.
Right.
But I feel like maybe a lot of people don't know about, was it Connecticut?
Long Island.
No, the Brookfield.
Oh, I believe that was Connecticut.
Okay.
I'm almost sure that was Connecticut.
Arnie Johnson murdered his friend Alan in 1981 and claimed he was possessed by a demon that was exorcised from his girlfriend's younger brother, because he lived with them.
Right.
And Ed and Lorraine Warren truly did believe. So they said that David, Arnie's girlfriend's younger brother, had something like 46 demons in him or some shit, right?
Something crazy like that. Yeah, it was. I mean, it's twisted shit. But they actually had EVPs of the sessions that they did. I don't know if they're still up on their website. They had a website that had a lot of information on it, and it was crazy because you could actually. I mean, all right, could somebody sit in their studio and make these things? Yeah, would they? Maybe, maybe not. But when you listen to them, I never got a sense that these things were man-made. To listen to them, I mean, I was absolutely fucking like petrified when I heard two of them. I was absolutely like, there's no way. Something inside of you is telling you there is no way that this is fake. You just get a sense and you feel that this shit is not fake, right? And what you're dealing with is something way beyond, your scope of things. And that's where they lived. Ed and Lorraine Warren lived in that realm. And I am absolutely pumped to see that The Conjuring is coming back. I followed them for a long time as other demonologists and ghost hunters like Hans Hosler and a whole slew of other ghost hunters and demonologists. I was very into that topic, and Lorraine were, they were the fourth front burners of that. They were out there, pinnacle leaders of that genre to me, and there hasn't been anybody like them since. Lorraine Warren had a sixth sense. She had a gift, and she could spot things a mile away. And Ed sometimes used her as bait. You know what I mean? Would stick her in a place and say,
Jesus Christ.
What do you got? You know what I mean? But Lorraine was able to pick up on these things, and she put herself in harm's way to save a number of people. And if you really dig into their casework, you'll see, there was a little girl that was possessed, and they helped her out tremendously. They were very giving people. They were very warm people. They were very open people. So they were very normal too, which is the thing. They were very down to earth, just regular, everyday people, churchgoers and so forth, just average people, And that sounded bad. Is there maybe a demon in that drawer? I think maybe no.
No, I went to lift my hand, and I clipped my bone here on the desk. And,
that hurt. That sounded.
And I just grimaced and kept my mouth shut because I didn't want to interrupt you.
You covered that so well. I mean, I could actually see your eyes bulging like this,
I was just
in the pain, but you did. I got it. I got this. I'm good. Continue. Go ahead. I'm good. I'm good. That's freaky. But Ed and Lorraine were awesome, and I can't wait to see what the trailer holds and what they're going to be bringing up. And thank you for surprising me with it, because I did not.
Of course. I was just fucking around on Twitter this morning, and somebody said something about that filming had begun this week, and I was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh, okay, we got to surprise Joe with this, because this is Joe's one of Joe's favorite film series of all time."
Yeah, it is. It really, I kid around, but it really is. I mean, that's a subject that's just probably my favorite thing in the world. It scares the shit out of me, but I love it to death. Is demonology. It's just freaky, weird shit. And I haven't, in all my years of my researching of it and checking into things, because I'm a pretty avid reader, and I love digging into things and finding things out. I always want to get to the bottom of something. So I dug in hard on that theme, and I mean, I'm still in my storage unit. I probably have fucking 4 boxes of books. If anybody wants, if anybody would like to have part of my collection. I'm probably going to be giving some of it away because it's like I got too much shit. Hit me up on the side and we'll talk about it. But I mean, I read a lot of stuff, and over the years, I never found anybody that came out of the gate as conclusive and accurate and realistically as they did. So if it's all bullshit, if it's all fake, then they were the best at faking it. And
yeah, they were the best scam artists.
They were the best. They were the pinnacle scammers of the deal. If it's all legit and it's all real, then they have done things in this world that other people can't.
To add a healthy dose of skepticism to the conversation, I don't buy into demons. I don't buy into ghosts and spirits and all that shit. I don't knock people that do. I don't. If you believe in that, that's your thing. I'm not going to sit here and be like, you're a fucking moron. Because that's, if you want to believe in something, fucking believe in it. Who cares what it is? I believe in unicorns. So, but,
I bought you slippers.
So I know, thanks. And, I think that, and this is my 2 cents. I don't think I'll ever see a ghost or
don't say that.
Interact. Well, no, hold on. I don't think I'll ever see a ghost or interact with a demon or a spirit because I genuinely don't believe in them. But I think that people who do genuinely believe in that kind of thing are more likely to feel that they've experienced a ghost or a spirit or encountered a demon because they genuinely believe in it. I'm not going to sit here and say that I'm some kind of be all end all to say, oh, there is no supernatural realm, because that's not for me to decide. That's not for me to say. Right. It is just my choice not to buy into it. And so if that realm does exist, that's probably why they don't fuck with me, because I genuinely don't believe in it. And that was like a big thing too in voodoo and like Santeria, Maloikia, stuff like that, is that if you, like growing up, that was what I was always taught. If you don't
believe it, right?
If you don't believe in it, it's not going to work. If you believe in it, it's going to work. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's just the bottom line for me with it, is that probably not going to see any demons, not today. And that's just my thing.
Well,
Sean called it the Fox Mulder effect. The truth is out there. He believed in aliens. That is something I believe in 100%. Aliens.
Does Sean believe in demons? Is he?
I don't think that he does. I don't think that he does. I'll let him answer if
let him answer if he can hear me, right?
Yeah, he can. I think we're on a couple second delay.
Right.
But Mickey did say that
Mickey does. I know Mick does.
But he agrees with me that he feels you do have to be open to it or you won't see it. And he literally just finished painting a hyper that was haunted, and Joe was actually on the phone with me at the time the shit was happening.
It was, and I heard everything, and I'm telling you, I heard weird. Now listen, I'm gonna. You know what we're gonna do? Stevie?
A house, not a hyper. That's what I was like. What the hyper?
I'm a hyper. I'm hyper. All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna dedicate one of our episodes to ghosts, and we'll have a couple people. Okay. I got a couple of people. One, Mickey, right off the bat. Anybody would be welcome to come up.
Yeah, anybody that's got a good ghost story, let us know.
Oh, I got a couple of them. I got a couple people that are already
and Sean did answer you. He said no, he does not believe in them. So
Sean is more than welcome to come up to the show as well. I would love to have him on for that episode. You know what? It's not something. I think it's personal experience that would lend itself to be the credibility. I think that if you go through certain things and you see certain things, that your eyes open, whether you want them to or not. Well, listen, Dee Snider from Twisted Sister said this the best. And it was a line from a song that Twisted Sister did. And the line from that song is, what you don't know sure can hurt you. All right?
Oh, I like that.
What you can't see will take you down. All right? And that is the fucking truth. I am living proof Okay, that to me that there are other forces at work out there, and I have seen shit that would make grown men fucking cry. All right, I am not a lighthearted person. I'm a roofer by trade. I have been for the last
Yeah.
25 years. I do shit that would make most men cry because I go way up on things and I hang off things and I do crazy stuff. I have seen things and heard things that I cannot fucking explain, and they can't be reasoned. Okay. And it's not one thing, it's not two things, it's not 10, it's like fucking 60, 70, 80, 1,000. If you're receptive to it, I agree. Probably you're going to be more receptive, obviously, to it because you believe in it. You think it's real. If you don't believe in it, like I didn't in the beginning, I was very skeptic and didn't believe shit. And when I see things move by themselves and I hear people talk that aren't there and I hear
You should probably be on medication.
how do you know I'm not?
Sean
Look.
said that he's open to it to an extent, but that he's been disappointed too many times. And I can totally get down with that statement because there has been many a time where I've fucked around on a Ouija board and no one has talked to me and it hurt my feelings.
You gotta look. I'll say this. I don't think you can pick and choose when and where. I think the things out there pick and choose when and where. And when you least expect it is usually when it happens. In my best estimation, the things that I've seen, I didn't want these things to happen. I wasn't going after them, like looking for them. Okay. These are things that just place themselves into my realm and into my world and my friend's world and things that we were doing. And I wasn't the only person that saw these things.
Yeah.
Well,
don't give too much away. Because we got to move on to the next topic, and we will have an entire show dedicated to ghosties and supernatural thingies.
Yeah, absolutely. And that'll be coming up in the next few weeks, people. So you get yourselves ready, get your popcorn ready, and we'll get on to that. And hopefully Ed and Lorraine, maybe we could conjure them up to come into our show as well.
Sure.
I could do an artist rendering of that. Would you like to see what they look like?
No, fucker.
Okay, all right.
So our final topic of the evening that we are going to move into, because we always cover metal on the back half of the show.
That's
out
right.
of tradition and because metal's heavy.
That's right.
And it holds everything down to the end.
Heavy.
I'm making really bad jokes tonight. I'm sorry.
It was not as bad as my artist renderings, but it was close. It wasn't too far off.
I don't know.
I'm going to write that one. I'm going to write that one down and put that on the page.
We are going to start talking about a band that is credited with popularizing hard rock and heavy metal scene in Seattle in the 80s and early 90s, long before more mainstream bands popularized the scene there. And that band is called
Sanctuary. Come on, guys. You guys are apocondos like I am. You know fucking metal. This is Sanctuary.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Stop saying it like avocado.
No, I like it better. I like it better. Apocondo. It's you're a what is that giant snake out of Africa? What is that? What do you call that? What is that giant snake?
A black mamba?
No, that's not a giant snake. That's more like they're small.
Oh, an anaconda?
There you go. You guys are metal anacondas, right? We're all anacondas out here. I'm such a jerk off. We love all right, I'm gonna fucking dumb it down. We love fucking metal. All right. I love fucking metal. I've been playing metal since I was a fucking little shit, and I still love it today. I'm gonna love it until I'm dead. I don't give a fuck what anybody thinks. So with that said, I'm gonna get into we're not gonna take it. There's another D. Snyder reference. That's 2 tonight. I'll be getting a phone call, I'm sure. Sanctuary. All right. So Sanctuary comes out, and I'm wee lad, and I'm sitting there listening to this cassette that a friend brings over, and I'm like, who the hell is this guy, man? How the hell is that a chick singing? I mean, this guy is like, wow, he's way up there, and it's fucking awesome, right? And it's Warrell Dane. And Warrell Dane takes metal to another level. And power metal, in my eyes, is born.
Why?
Power metal is born because he was.
You mean like as a drummer or? As a
vocalist.
listener.
No. I mean, me as a listener, that was the first runnings of power metal. That was like power metal, basically beginning. They were probably not credited with that, but I always credited them to power metal because the way they played and what they did. So, with that said, you had a really influential vocalist. You had solid guitar riffs. You had pounding drums, and you had this package that wasn't out before. The only other band that was doing it at that time, anything even remotely close to that, would have been Judas Priest. So, and maybe Iron Maiden, but they were even a step off of that. So they're out there and they're doing this thing, and they go through the years. This band was so influential that album, the first album, Refuge Denied, carried them all the way from the 80s through into the early 90s, where they released another record, and into 2014, where they released their last record, which was the Year the Sun Died, and an amazing record. And fortunately for me, I had never seen them before, and I always wanted to. It was a childhood dream that I would actually be able to see them. And not only did I see them, but I was actually on the same bill with them in Germany. And it was amazing to be gifted that and to be able to see Warrell Dane sing.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Well, it is, and it
what
was
an opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, for the stars to align in that fashion for me, I was very lucky. I was very blessed. I say this because two things. One, I got to see the iconic band that I've loved for years, and two, because it was one of Warrell Dane's last shows. Warrell Dane passed away after that show in September. 2.5 months later, in December, he died. 3 months later, I guess, toward the middle of December, he died December 17th, I think. And Sanctuary,
I think it was, the 13th of 2017.
Yeah.
Yep, 12/13.
Yeah, the 13th, right? Which was a month before my birthday, actually. He passed away, and in everybody's mind, I think Sanctuary went to sleep, and that was it from an icon. We're not going to.
Sean said he actually saw Warrell play with Nevermore.
Oh God, yeah, fuck yeah, man. Oh, that's amazing, dude. You are a very, very lucky man. That was another bucket list for me that I never got.
That's
God
awesome.
bless you. That's fucking killer. I would have bit somebody's face for that to have that opportunity. No, I really wouldn't.
Rabbit Joe Moore.
I'm not gonna bite anybody. Anyway, I don't want to get too far off topic. I'll stay back. But Sean, that is fucking awesome. I wish to God I saw Nevermore. I was a big fan of Nevermore as well. So Warrell Dane was a very influential vocalist, and people loved him, and the fans were very loyal to him. So now, you're going into 2019 without a Sanctuary. It just seemed odd, that's not going to happen anymore. And lo and behold, the singer by the name of Michael Joseph comes up, and the band decides that they're going to do a one-off show that was already planned, and they're going to do this show in memory of Warrell Dane. And this singer just absolutely steals the show, steals everything. People were blown the fuck away by this guy who came out of nowhere, and just, he was in other bands as well. He didn't come out of nowhere. There's a lineage. If you look his name up, it's Michael Joseph. You'll see he was in 3 or 4 different bands before, but nobody knew really who they were on the main stages, and he came up and just knocked everybody's fucking heads off with it and killed it. And people were very receptive to this. So not only is
also, just to really quickly correct you, Joseph Michael, you swapped his name.
Did I say Michael Joseph, right? I did that before too. I am dyslexic as well as I am stupid.
You're not stupid, Joe.
No, but I am short. I'm very short. So anyway, this Joseph Michael Joseph guy.
Joseph Michael Joseph.
Joey Joseph, Jojo. No,
There's
that
too
was
many goddamn Joes around. Jeez.
hey, take it easy with the Joe shit over there, huh? It's all right. So what happens is they decide now that not only is this dude good enough to front the band for one show, but they're going to do a couple of dates in Europe. And on those dates, they're going to play the entire Refuge Denied album, which is like, that's like the second coming for me. It's like the second coming.
Wow.
God, yeah, this is going to be huge. You know, to even attempt that with the purest fans out there and these people that are just like gaga over Warrell Dane, to have the balls to say that we're going to do it, you need to back that up. And I'm telling you, firsthand experience. I watched this, I didn't go to a show and see them live. I saw them live, obviously, on YouTube, but I've done my homework. And I'm telling you, this guy sounds exactly like Warrell Dane did on the first fucking record, which is just mind-blowing. Because if you close your eyes, you're going to get Refuge Denied, in front of you. And it's absolutely amazing to see not only that an iconic band of that stature is not packing it in, but they're doing something that I think is absolutely wonderful to bring that album back for everybody. And they're doing it very tastefully. It's not ugly. It's not contrived. It's not like, there's pandering for the money and throwing anybody, in there that could get close enough to even, hit those notes. They're actually bringing somebody in that knew the band. He was a friend of the band. He understands who these people were. He knew who Warrell Dane was. He loved the band. He was a fan of it. And he comes into the fold with all that in place, and he's able to recreate exactly what was there. And they're going to be putting out a new album beginning in 2020. I think they start tracking for that. So watch for that. And it's just something I saw and something that I thought was noteworthy in the metal community, that old school metal fans might want to know and pick up on. And, it's just carrying the torch further. We're
that's
here.
Awesome. Now you seem to really be a fan of this guy, and you think that he's gonna, despite having big shoes to fill, you think he's more than capable for the job. Now, what do you think? You'd mentioned it's going to be in Europe where they're going to play the whole album, and right. What do you think the reception is going to be like?
If it's anything like, I sat back and I'll tell you honestly, I'm watching a video and the word fuck came out of my mouth like 30 times. I couldn't believe what I was hearing or seeing. It looks natural and it feels natural. It just sounds, it's natural. This is not something that they contrived. This isn't something they formulated or went to a hired gun and said, hey, do this. This guy lived it, loves it, is it, knew it, and imbibed it and is part of it. And just it's so natural to hear and see this that you're not gonna believe that it's not Warrell Dane singing.
Cool.
Awesome. No, I had, like I said, I had the privilege to be. I was actually on backstage, side stage when they went on, and I got more than a front row seat for something that I had waited 40 years to see.
Hell yeah.
And I was very lucky to have that. So with that in place, that's why I'm imploring people to really check that out. If you're a Sanctuary fan and it means anything to you, this is not something you're going to want to miss. So check it out.
And now you said the new album will be out next year?
It's commencing. The recording, from what I'm hearing, is commencing in 2020. I don't think the record itself is scheduled for that year, but it could be. Depending on how far they get or have gotten already. They're not going to release everything, on the table now. So they're going to keep a little under the wraps. I'm sure you're going to be hearing a lot more from that camp real soon. The two original members from that band are very vocal as of late, and they're not forthcoming with everything, but they're not totally shutting everything down either. Lenny Rutledge does a live video on YouTube. You could definitely check out Sanctuary oh God, what did I put in for the type? I typed something into for the search and I got them. It was Sanctuary New Record or Sanctuary New Album, and you'll get a plethora of things come up that you'll be able to see. David Bud Bill, the original drummer, is still on board. The second guitar player is still there. The bass player is still there. They're the gentleman that came in following the originals, and obviously the singer is definitely new. So you're going to want to note that. But the original writing guitar player, Lenny Rutledge, is still there. Yeah, you're going to love it, you guys. If you can, in passing, check it out. And we are obviously once again at the hour, and
we made it.
I am the soup Nazi tonight. I am the time Nazi. I am sorry I sold the show for the last 10 minutes, Stevie.
No, you're good. That's what it's there for. We are Horror Metal Cast for a reason. Thank you guys for joining us for episode 29. We had a lively, fun chat this evening. Let's keep that going. Just a quick heads up. I'm going to be out of town next weekend. I will be on a mini vacation, so no show because I will not be here next Monday night, but we will pick things right back up the following Monday, June the 17th. We will be here, so don't miss out. Make sure you subscribe, like this video, and share the fucking thing so that we can get more subscribers and we can have even more fun next time in the chat. Remember, head over to someonereadthis.com. Check out my review of I Am Mother, as well as a whole fucking slew of other reviews. And as always, make sure you check out horrormetalsounds.com. And I will let Joseph take us out.
Well, check out DTA on the Facebook page up there. I'm still up there rocking out. You got a bunch of stuff up there going on my page for a couple of cover bands I'm playing with. Mickey and I, Mickey in the chat and I are doing a show locally in Garwood, New Jersey on the 20th of July. It's going to be a big show. Very big show. People come out and enjoy the show. It's going to be awesome, dude.
Hell yeah, do it.
It's going to be a night of punk, rock, metal, and a bunch of other wonderful shit. So get your butts out to that show. The information is on my page. Check out Cruise Planners. My illustrious and very beautiful wife, Christina, will assist you in any vacation needs that you have. So check her out at Chrissy Cruise Planners at Facebook. And I love you all. And if you want, I'll go up on Facebook Live next week and Stevie's not here and have more of my artist renderings for you. And then when Stevie comes back, we will resume Metal Horrorcast.
Yeah, maybe we will have our 30th episode be our ghost story episode. Who knows? I will take suggestions on topics. So if you guys have anything that you would like us to cover, whether it be horror or metal, or, as long as it is relevant to either of those subjects, send it my way. My email address is on my website. Shoot me an email or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram. And thank you very much, guys.
Thank you, Bree, for standing tall with me. I appreciate it. We're rocking it. We got this.
Whatever. All right, guys. You guys have a good one. As always, keep it creepy.